12 hilarious things car mechanics found on the job. What is the weirdest thing that has happened to you at your work? I'm sure we all have our stories, don't we? In this video, we are going to see what weird, hilarious things these mechanics found on their job that left us all in awe and awkwardness. The last one is, well, just strange. Number 1. Secret Squirrel Stash. Eddie Kane, a mechanic at Taddy Brothers' Los Angeles auto shop, was installing a backup and parking sensor at a client's home for an older gentleman whose car had been sitting for a while. To install the sensor, he had to take off the bumper, and when he did, he heard a strange rattling sound. Upon further inspection, he discovered that the source of the rattle was a large stash of acorns. As he continued to work on the car, he found a second stash of acorns in the glove compartment. And then suddenly, he noticed a big, fat squirrel looking on in dismay as his secret acorn stash was discovered. Turns out that car mechanics regularly spot this sort of crazy thing on the job, and someone even started a whole community called Just Rolled Into the Shop, where they share some of the wackiest stuff they happen to stumble upon. Number 2. Traveling Buffet. We thought mechanics would find gross, weird stuff like year-old food, or even morbid weird like a bag of toenails. What this mechanic has actually found was just unexplainably weird. Most folks know that small animals like to crawl up into warm car engines when it's cold out. But did you know that rats like to bring a snack with them too? This is actually pretty funny. Brian Farkas of Hub Starters and Alternators in Malden, Massachusetts, saw the incident firsthand. One of their customers lived in a community with a large population of rats. Whenever the client brought his car in for repairs, he'd find a traveling buffet under the hood. The rats had left everything from candy bars to partially eaten pizza slices right on top of the engine. Such a bizarre thing, isn't it? This certainly would not be one a car mechanic would come across regularly, because all they do is change tires, fix brakes, and tell you how you're 10,000 miles late for an oil change. Number 3. Runaway Snake. One auto repair shop had a client come in and ask how much it would cost to have them find his son's missing snake. Apparently, the snake had gotten away from his son's grasp on the way home from the pet store, and now the wife refused to get in the car, much less drive it away. The father had searched the car but couldn't find the missing snake. Employees systematically and timidly took the interior of the car apart, expecting to find the fugitive snake at every turn. After removing all the seats, carpet, interior trim, and even the center console, they still couldn't find it. Where do you guys think the snake has hidden? Finally, another technician offered to give it a try. After a bit of searching, he yelled and pointed out the runaway snake all coiled up on the inside of the floor ventilation duct. Number 4. The mouse that had a drinking problem. Sometimes mechanics have to get up close and personal with your vehicle to do their job. If you think old hamburger wrappers and sweaty gym clothes are bad, wait until you hear what this mechanic found in his customer's car. This crazy thing that this mechanic spotted while on the job will crack you up and make you appreciate him for not fainting upon spotting it. Upon opening the hood of a customer's car, mechanic Val M. Smith was startled to see a mouse holding the upper radiator hose in a death grip. It was literally a death grip. The mouse was dead. The only thing they could figure was it had acquired a taste for the antifreeze leaking from the hose and died gripping the hose while drinking. Strangest thing I have heard. What about you guys? Number 5. Burl in a tire. Most car mechanics have a tale or two to tell, and this is a thing that most of the mechanics might have come across. It is a burl or knot in a tire. A burl occurs in a tree when a grain of that tree grows deformed. A burl occurs in a tire when its owner is seriously, alarmingly, suicidally negligent. In truth, this happens when a tire is underinflated, causing the tire to ride on the sidewall. The sidewalls are under so much rotational stress and weight that the air gets through the cords of the tire, creating the bubbling effect. It's a marvel that it hadn't popped by this point. Number 6. An IM-POSSUM-IBLE situation. Seeing all the prior things, you might have raised your bars pretty high, right? At least you should. So when a video brands itself as hilarious and kinda weird, it better be able to back it up. This crazy thing would definitely meet your expectation. I've heard of mobile homes before, but this is a bit extreme. Despite possums being timid, fairly harmless animals, There's no chance that the tech didn't open the hood, see this, and run for the hills. Sure, this looks cozy though. The possum is giving off big time "could you close the door, I'm trying to sleep" vibes. Number 7. A Datsun brisket. From bizarre electrical issues to finding live possums under the hood, we have seen car mechanics share the weirdest things that they found on the job. But this one is just out of this world, and you would certainly not expect such a thing even. Without any further ado, let me break it down for you guys. Back in the 80s, a customer brought a Datsun into Colorado's Independent Motors for a simple repair. When the tech opened the hood, they found something wrapped in aluminum foil wrapped around the exhaust manifold. When they called the customer to discuss it, he said that's how he prepared his meals. Not only that, but he was in the middle of writing a car cooking cookbook. The service team was so intrigued they tried the guy's Denver to Colorado Springs brisket, and to their surprise, it was good. This is so damn funny and pretty amazing, isn't it? Sadly, modern vehicles would prevent this from ever happening, given their more sophisticated access to exhaust manifolds. Technology gives and technology takes, friends. Number 8. Something fishy. Never would a car mechanic expect the kind of weirdness he ended up finding. What is it? Quora contributor Blind Glasstetter, who works for Tesla Motors, recalls facing the most horrendous punch-you-in-the-face smell you could ever imagine while performing a transmission repair. "I rolled every window down with little relief," he says. Turns out the source was a large pile of fish heads in the back seat, baking in the 100-degree summer heat. Glasstetter never found out why they were there. Have you ever left such a thing behind in your car for your mechanic to find? Please don't even try. For all you know, your mechanic might faint from that horrendous punch-you-in-the-face smell. Number 9. Don't laugh. There was more than enough weirdness we have seen in this video, but this is weird for weird's sake. This would definitely crack you up, so hold on to your seats tight. Reddit user and mechanic Falalalala recalls the time a customer complained he heard a man laughing whenever he started his car. Wait, what could that be? After some digging, the mechanic discovered it was a flapping business card that was stuck in the passenger side AC vent. Who comes up with this stuff? Number 10. Who wouldn't check there first? Who would want to miss out on this hilarious instance? If you think being a car mechanic is a monotonous job, then I guess this instance will definitely prove you wrong. Mechanic 𝗟𝗡𝗘𝗑𝗧 recalls a customer reaching out to him, complaining that he couldn't open the rear doors of his car. Sure enough, the doors would not open, and 𝗟𝗡𝗘𝗧 was as baffled as his customer. It finally occurred to him that, no, could it be as something as simple as the child safety lock being on? And so it was. It was just too bad that this occurred to him only after he had pretty much taken the door apart. Number 11. A car pulled to the right. A lady came in and said that her car would pull to the right, recalls mechanic 𝗟𝗓15. After driving it for 10 minutes, he would find nothing wrong with it. Perhaps, the lady suggested, if 𝗟𝗓 came for a ride with her, he'd see it with his own 2 eyes. Sure enough, every time the driver reached over to open the glove box, the car did pull dramatically to the right. The mechanic saved his customer some money by recommending she does not open the glove box while steering. Even with all the training, they may not have been prepared for this. Share this video with your mechanic friend and ruin their day, or maybe you'll improve it because they didn't have to deal with this kind of customer. Number 12. Tinfoil. Ask any mechanic you know about the weird things they've found in their clients' cars, and you'd be sure to get a long list. But this thing would never be on such a list. This is so strange and the craziest among the ones mentioned in the video. Reddit user YellowToad had heard of stories of people wearing tinfoil hats, but he never thought he'd see a car whose engine, wires, battery, and hoses were wrapped completely in foil. Turns out the customer owed a lot in back taxes and was certain the government was attempting to track her via her car. She figured since tinfoil apparently works to keep the government from tapping into your brain, it must work with cars equally as well. Talk about crazy! What is your most hilarious discovery while on your job? Let us know in the comments section below and tell us what you would like to watch next time. Thanks for watching. See you later.